The upscale mall pulsed with vibrant energy, a dazzling hub of affluence where shoppers moved briskly between high-end boutiques, their arms heavy with designer bags. Gleaming storefronts showcased luxury goods behind crystal-clear windows, and polished marble floors reflected the bright ambient lighting. Elegantly dressed couples drifted through exclusive shops, while teenagers laughed, snapping photos near extravagant displays. Beneath the sophisticated veneer, a subtle tension simmered, typical of crowded public spaces, an impatient glance, an irritated sigh, especially at bottlenecks like escalators, where frustrations often flared. In this lively atmosphere, an elderly man navigated cautiously through the bustling crowd. Dressed neatly in modest clothes, his gentle eyes focused intently as he leaned heavily on a polished wooden walking stick. Each step was deliberate, almost painfully slow, requiring visible effort. Polite to a fault, he murmured soft apologies whenever he inadvertently blocked someone's path, a flicker of embarrassment crossing his face. His frail demeanor drew fleeting sympathetic glances from some, but most shoppers hurried past, eager to continue their spree uninterrupted. His cautious pace spoke of physical limitation and quiet dignity, seeking only patience as he moved through the throng. Contrasting sharply with his humility was a group of young, brash men striding loudly through the mall. Their presence was impossible to ignore, their crude jokes and obnoxious laughter echoing down corridors. Clad in expensive clothing, they radiated arrogance and entitlement, shoving past slower shoppers without apology, deliberately intimidating anyone who hesitated. Their reputation as troublemakers was clear. They relished dominating spaces, openly disdainful of anyone weaker or slower. Shoppers instinctively stepped aside, avoiding confrontation with the visibly aggressive group, whose impatience grew as they neared the escalator. Nearby, Tom Cruise moved quietly, his presence understated yet commanding. Dressed casually in a black jacket over a plain t-shirt and jeans, he carried himself with natural authority. His pace was deliberate, movements precise as he browsed shop aisles. Occasionally, passers-by paused, whispering discreetly as they recognized his familiar face, but respected his clear preference for privacy. Tom paid little heed to their curiosity, absorbed in his shopping, yet his eyes subtly scanned the surroundings, instinctively alert, ready to react if needed. Even in mundane moments, he exuded quiet vigilance. Tom had noticed the bullies earlier, his keen gaze narrowing as he observed their disrespectful behavior, loud voices, intentional intimidation of shoppers. A subtle shift crossed his composed expression, an instinctive alertness honed by years of facing situations requiring intervention. He continued browsing, careful not to draw attention, but kept the group in his peripheral vision, sensing their potential for trouble. As the elderly man approached the escalator, his pace slowed further. Gripping his walking stick tightly, he hesitated before stepping onto the moving steps, struggling with balance. His uncertain movements created an immediate bottleneck, holding up those behind him. The bullies, reaching the escalator, displayed visible frustration, their exaggerated size and eye-rolling aimed at the elderly man. Their murmurs grew louder, mocking his slow pace. Unaware of their irritation, he focused on each step, unable to speed up despite sensing the tension. From a nearby vantage point, Tom adjusted his position slightly, maintaining a clear view of the unfolding scene. His posture grew subtly more alert, eyes locked on the bullies. Anticipating escalation, the elderly man stepped cautiously off the escalator, gripping his stick to balance on the polished floor. His slow pace inadvertently blocked the bullies, sparking instant irritation. "Move it already," the leader barked, voice dripping with annoyance. The elderly man turned slightly, anxiety in his eyes. "I'm very sorry," he murmured, trying to shuffle aside, but his frail legs trembled, slowing him further. The bully's mocking laughter filled the air, drawing attention. One dramatically imitated his shaky walk, earning cruel laughs from his friends. "Careful, Grandpa, don't break something," another jeered. The elderly man flushed with humiliation, gaze fixed downward, visibly shaken. He tried to move faster, but stumbled slightly, overwhelmed. Columbia University offers a wide range of academic programs, from the arts and sciences to engineering and business, fostering a vibrant intellectual community. The university's research initiatives tackle global challenges, from climate change to public health, driving innovation and impact. Its diverse student body and faculty create a dynamic environment for learning and discovery, rooted in a commitment to academic excellence and social good. Shop Columbia merchandise at the university bookstore or online, and explore its historic campus in New York City, a hub of culture and opportunity. Shoppers glanced uneasily, shifting uncomfortably, but no one intervened, intimidated by the bully's aggression. The elderly man stood isolated, defenseless amidst the ridicule. Tom, observing quietly, hoped the cruelty would subside. But the bullies intensified their harassment. The leader leaned close, loud enough for all to hear. "Why do they let people like you out alone? You're slowing everyone down." The elderly man's eyes glistened with distress, his attempts to move away faltering as he stumbled again. The bully, losing patience, grabbed his arm, yanking him roughly, causing a sharp gasp of pain. Tom had seen enough. He set down his items and strode toward the escalator, movements precise and purposeful. Shoppers sensed the shift, whispering excitedly, some raising phones to capture the moment. A few recognized him. "Is that Tom Cruise?" Tom stopped in front of the bullies, positioning himself between them and the elderly man. His presence silenced their laughter. Locking eyes with the leader still gripping the elderly man's arm, Tom spoke calmly but firmly, "Let him go." The bully hesitated, startled, then sneered, "Mind your own business." Tom stepped closer, voice steady, "I won't ask again." The tension spiked, the crowd frozen, sensing confrontation was imminent. Unsettled by Tom's confidence, the bully glanced at his friends, then slowly released the elderly man, who stumbled but steadied himself behind Tom. Relieved, the bully tried to regain bravado, stepping forward. "Who do you think you are?" he demanded. Tom's gaze never wavered. "Someone you shouldn't test," he said softly, posture controlled. The crowd held its breath, murmurs fading into tense silence. The bullies shifted uneasily, their bravado draining as they realized they'd misjudged their opponent. Tom stood calm, daring them to escalate. Without warning, the bullies lunged, fists swinging recklessly. The leader aimed a wild punch at Tom's face, another tackling from the side. The crowd gasped, phones capturing every second. Tom responded with remarkable calm, sidestepping the punch, causing the leader to stumble. He pivoted, redirecting the tackler's momentum, sending him sprawling. Another swing came, but Tom ducked, deflecting it effortlessly. His movements were precise, requiring minimal effort for maximum impact. The bullies' confidence evaporated, their expressions turning to panic as their uncoordinated attacks failed. They slowed, hesitant, realizing they were outmatched. Tom moved decisively. He delivered a sharp jab to the leader's chest, knocking him breathless, collapsing backward. Another charged from behind, but Tom turned fluidly, sweeping his legs, sending him crashing to the floor. The final bully hesitated, raising his hands defensively. Tom's stare alone forced him to his knees, surrendering. The confrontation ended as swiftly as it began. The bullies scattered, humiliated. The mall fell silent, broken only by shocked whispers. Phones still recorded, capturing Tom's quick victory. He stood composed, radiating justice, not aggression. Tom turned to the bullies, voice authoritative, "Apologize." Loud and clear. They hesitated, humiliated. The leader spoke first, voice trembling, "We're sorry." The others followed, mumbling apologies, eyes downcast. The elderly man watched, relief and surprise in his eyes. Stepping forward, he spoke softly to Tom, "Thank you. I don't know what I'd have done without you." His voice trembled, gratitude evident as he extended a frail hand. Tom shook it gently, nodding reassuringly. The crowd erupted in whispers and quiet applause, moved by Tom's courage. "That's Tom Cruise," voices murmured, phones still filming. Parents pointed him out to children as an example of bravery. The atmosphere buzzed with admiration. Tom nodded to the elderly man, then retrieved his items, resuming shopping without seeking praise. The bullies remained defeated, their arrogance shattered. Learning respect is earned, not demanded. The incident wasn't just a confrontation, it was a testament to true strength. Tom's actions showed courage doesn't humiliate or intimidate, it protects and uplifts. Real strength commands respect through compassion and quiet confidence, not arrogance. The bullies learned a hard lesson: power gained through cruelty fades when faced with genuine courage. Tom's intervention proved that in moments of injustice, true strength shines, not through aggression, but through calm determination and action. Courage isn't loud boasts, it's the quiet resolve to stand up when others hesitate, leaving a lasting impression through deeds, not words.